Hey guys, what is up? Cypher here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video is going to be on the artifact talents, or talent tree so to speak. So let's go ahead, open up the interface, talk a little bit more about it and get straight into it, shall we? Alright, so I'm clicking on the Seed of Ages. I've zoomed in so that you can see the animation. Boom. And that's pretty cool. I actually really like that animation, so I just wanted to show you that. So this interface has come up. Now I want to cover these first. So these relics, you get the third slot when you complete the Druid campaign, but unfortunately I haven't yet completed the Druid campaign, so I haven't unlocked that one for myself. But I got the first and the second one. So basically what these relics do is you get them and they can increase your stats. So this one, for example, I've got increased critical strike chance per shred by 20%. Now, I know there's some of you out there that are really good with ferals who might be thinking maybe, why has he got that? Would he not be better off going with bleeds? Now, I'd have to agree with you there. I'd rather take one that's bleed related, but I have taken the 810 Warforged relic here just to up my eye level a little bit. So this is kind of a temporary one. I don't think anything really to do with the artifact weapon is going to work in ranked PvP. I think it's just going to be as it would normally be with a normal weapon, so the stats will apply but nothing else, is what I believe will be happening with ranked arena, which I think is coming out in about 3 days, 2-3 days, so yeah, that's pretty crazy. So anyway, I don't think it's going to help, but that's in my, I think it's Frost, Frost relic. This one here is the Blood relic, and that one's rake increased damage, so it adds on a rank, which I will get to in a minute when I get to the ranks, which I'm just about to move on to now, believe it or not. So when you get the artifact weapon, you'll start off having to go with the Ashamane's Frenzy. Sorry, Ashamane's Frenzy. So that's going to be your ability. This one here, get given the ability with every artifact weapon, as far as I'm aware, so you always take the first one there. And obviously you're going to have to follow it down to Shredded Fangs, or Shredder Fangs, sorry. So it increases the damage by shred as well. Now from here you get two options. I've decided to try and take it as much as PvP orientated as I can. Now I decided to go down here to this one, which is Tear the Flesh. So you can see it says rank 4 here. Usually it would only be rank 3, but because I have the Thirsty Bloodstone in, it's given it +1 rank, so we're now up to 4 ranks, which increases my rake damage. Now I decided not to go this way, because I feel like Swipe is a bit more of a PvE ability as such, rather than PvP, and since I'm a PvP player, I've decided to take it down the opposite way. So from this one here, we obviously have to move up, which would be the Protection of Ashamane. So when you shapeshift into cat form, you gain 100% increased dodge and armor for 5 seconds. Wow, that's an and or at the same time. Anyway, it's increased dodge and armor for 5 seconds, or until you shift back into cat form. So for the duration you're out of cat form, you get the increased dodge and armor, and that happens once every 30 seconds. So I don't think it's really a big deal, because typically what I'm doing now, since they made the globals for feral 1.5 seconds when you come out of form, I've decided to not come out of form, and I try and go bear form first and then back to cat form, just so I don't get caught out of form, because if you get stunned out of form you can take a ton of damage, so you don't really want to get caught in that kind of situation ever. So that's kind of how I play around now. So this isn't really doesn't really help me as such, but I kind of need it. I kind of need it to move forward in my talents here. So I then decided to go to the left, Feral Power. Now this is where the frost relic's coming in, and that's taken that to rank 4 for me, which increases my critical strike chance by 20% for Shred. So that's pretty good. And then we move up here. This is the next one I took, so it increases my healing healing. So in battlegrounds, world PvP, if I'm in a party with people, or even myself, and skirmishes, I'll be able to heal quite a bit more, 45% more. So that's kind of a big deal. Perhaps it wouldn't be my preferred talent, so to speak, to take if there was something else, like perhaps giving me like rejuvenation or something. I would have taken that, I think, over healing touch, but never mind, that's what we've got. So then moving forward again, open wounds. So if you've got a rip on the target, you ignore 15% of their armor, which I think is quite a big deal. So yep, I'll pick that up, thank you very much. And then that's only 1 rank, so we can move on to the next one, which is Ashamane's Energy. Now, Tiger's Fury, it gives you some energy when you apply it, and you get about 40% increased physical damage for 5 seconds or so. With this, Tiger's Fury does that, but it now also generates an additional 15 energy every second for 3 seconds. So that's 45 additional energy over the course of 3 seconds, which is quite a big deal. Quite a few more abilities you'll be able to use throughout that duration, so that's definitely one I want to take. It's especially good because if you are training a healer with a certain comp, maybe like Kitty Cleave or Jungle Cleave, you're going to want to kick the healer. So if you use your Tiger's Fury, it's done its Ashamane's energy and everything, it's all out, and then you get a kick on the healer, you'll be able to use it again, so you're getting out a ton of damage into this healer, and then you'll be able to maybe do a stun or whatever, you really put them behind, force the defensives, that kind of thing. So I think this is a really good talent to take. So I don't think you really get the choice. I think you have to max out the rank before you can move on, but even if you don't, I recommend maxing this one out. It is good, or good in my opinion anyway. Then moving on, this is unfortunately the only place that I've got to, but I will carry on afterwards to show you what I will be planning to get, and if you guys want, I will be able to do a video once I finish my artifact weapon, and then we'll be moving on, and then I'll maybe explain a little bit more about it if you'd like. Be sure to let me know in the comments section, that would be very much appreciated. Anyway, this Razor Fangs I'm also going to max out, increases the damage done by Rip. Now personally, I think Rip is probably one of the core abilities for a Feral Druid. It's what I usually spend most of my combo points on. If I've got bleeds on my targets, then I use like Ferocious Bite or Maim, but I always try and get a Rip up as priority. So to increase the damage of it, yes please buff me up. So we'll get that one up. Moving on, Scent of Blood. Now this one I don't really want to have to take, but I believe I'm going to have to. So Scent of Blood, each target hit by Thrash reduces the cost of swipe by 2 energy for the next 4 seconds. The likelihood of using or needing to Shred in PvP, probably not very likely. I mean, maybe for flag AoE in Arathi Bazin or Battle of Gilnes. Apart from that, I don't really use it at all, so it's kind of not really a good talent to take, but I think you probably have to take it, so I probably will be going for that one. To then move on here, to increase the damage done by Ferocious Bite. Now, in Warlords of Draenor, Ferocious Bite was a really good finishing move to be using when you have Rip on the target. I assume not much is going to have changed, and I assume Ferocious Bite is still going to be really quite good, although I'm still under geared, so I'm not really too sure how well all the abilities are doing against people that are more geared than me. So I can't really put that into perspective yet, but I believe Ferocious Bite is going to do quite a bit of damage as well, so I want to max that one out. And then I'm going to take Ashamane's Bite. So basically, if any of you played before the Miss Pandaria talents came out, which is our current tier 1, then you had the kind of tree. It was I guess set up similar-ish to this, and you'd go you go sort of down the tree and select all your talents, and you get a special kind of ability nearest the bottom of the talents. So for Resto Druid it was like Tree of Life. I can't remember exactly what it was for Feral Druid, but it might have been like Rip or something similar to that. I don't think it was Rip, but I'm just using that as a little example. Actually, sorry, it was Berserk. That's what it was Berserk. So your burst was part of the way down the tree. Now, I feel like Ashamane's Bite is probably going to be focused around that kind of idea of getting something really good kind of late on. So definitely want to go ahead and try and pick up Ashamane's Bite, I think, personally. So 10% chance from your Rip to awaken the Spirit of Ashamane, which inflicts shadow duplicate of that Rip on the target. So what I believe that does is if you put a Rip onto the target, okay, I'm just trying to get my head around this. I maybe should have read it beforehand, but what I believe it's going to do, so if your target's bleeding, so if you've got like a rake or something on it, and then you apply a Rip, you have a 10% chance that that Rip is going to be duplicated as shadow damage, and it's going to do the same damage as the Rip. And that's this Spirit of Ashamane thing, I believe. If any of you know any different and you'd like to correct me in the comment section, please feel free to do so. But I believe that's how that's going to work. So to be honest, that sounds like quite a good talent. I think we'll call it talents. I think they're actually technically traits, but I'd rather go with talents here if that's alright with you guys. But yeah, so I definitely think I'm going to be taking this one, give it a try, see what it's like. And then I believe after that we're still going to have some more points to take, so I'll start working my way back down. So I'll be able to increase the damage from Incarnation King of the Jungle by 5% for 15 seconds. As I put more ranks on, I believe that will increase to sort of 10-15%, maybe even a little more. So I'm going to be taking the Feral Instincts, and if I've got some more I'm going to work back to this one. So Fresh has a 25% chance to release part of Ashamane's Soul, causing all nearby enemies to take 53k shadow damage over 2 seconds. So since this kind of is fresh, it's probably not something I'm going to use in Arena as such, but it might be needed in Battlegrounds, and maybe it will help out a little bit in World PvP, but probably not something I'm really going to use. But since we're working backwards, we will be taking Shadow Fresh, and then if we're still getting points for our artifact weapon, then we're going to go back and we'll increase the duration of Survival Instincts by a second. Now this is really quite a good one to go, and I might end up swapping up when I get to here. Maybe I'll go for this and then start pushing up to this, because it seems to be a really good increasing the duration of Survival Instincts. This needs to be a take, so I need to try and work out how I can get to taking this, as well as getting sort of this one here as well. So I definitely want to go ahead, try and get this Honed Instincts. Increases the duration of Survival Instincts. Now that's going to be, I think, quite a big thing for Battlegrounds, World PvP, and even skirmishes, but it's not, I don't think it's going to work in ranked PvP, so it's not going to be too much of a big deal if we're not able to take it. But you are able to reset your artifact traits or talents, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. So if you do make a mistake, you can reset it. One thing that you can't do though, so I've currently got 4,500 out of 14,000. If you reset your talents, then you get back 16 talent points, so to speak, but you lose this progress here, so I lose 4,500 artifact power. So you don't get back the power that you've currently got if you reset it, so you want to try and fill up your bar fully before you reset, just as a kind of beforehand warning for you guys. So once taken that as well, then I'll probably go back if I've still got some more points, which I might not have, and then I'll take this one here. So bleed damage won't cancel entangling roots early. So that could be, I mean, that can be helpful-ish in Battlegrounds well, PvP or skirmishes as well, so just kind of situation dependent. The roots can obviously still be dispelled, but your bleeds wouldn't break the roots, so they'd basically just sit there taking damage. So it's not a big deal for PvP. I think that's more of a PvE talent, but if you've still got some talents coming back, then pick that up. And then obviously if we've still got more artifact power, or more talents, sorry, then we'll take the sharpened claws. But so the main thing I'm thinking to go for here is just going down here, picking up all these, going across here, picking up that, work back, pick up that one, then perhaps shoot across here and pick up that. So if we do run out and we miss that, it's not a big deal because we have some more defensive, some better burst, and that's kind of the way we're going with this at the moment. But I can, as I said, I can do another video for you guys at a later time when I've completed it and unlocked my third relic. If you guys would like to see that, just please let me know in the comment section so I can kind of work on doing that video for you. So that's basically the talents that I'm thinking of taking for this artifact weapon. If you want, I can do a polished up artifact talent video, perhaps integrated into my feral druid guide, and then I can, point out the talents that I've taken, which ways I went to make sure I got the best abilities. But that's kind of it for the artifact power here. Now, moving on from here, we'll be resetting the talents, which will be the last bit of the video that I'm going to touch up on. So, tree went down, that's so awesome. Then there's this lady that stood here, and you just click yes, I'd like to refund the traits in my artifact. But okay, so this kind of explains it, I believe. So you can change the power within your weapon. She says the spell's a bit unstable though, so you lose a bit when she casts it. That's basically just going to be, I believe, the artifact power down here. So just bear that in mind if you want to reset your talents. But that's basically it for this video. If you guys liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up so I know I'm doing something good and that you guys are enjoying my videos. If you'd like to see a video with my artifact weapon once I've completed it, then be sure to let me know in the comment section, that would be great. If you'd like to see more videos from me, then please hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be able to see more videos as I upload them, which will be awesome. I always try and upload the best content I possibly can all the time, so hopefully if you enjoyed this one, you'll enjoy other videos. You can also go back and check some of my old videos if you so wish. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. So that's it for this video, guys. Take care and bye for now.